In the previous video, we posted journal entries to the ledger accounts. Now, we have balances in accounts like cash, accounts payable, service revenue, rent expense, capital, and so on. But here's an important question. We've posted everything to the ledger, but is everything still balanced? Just because transactions have been recorded doesn't automatically mean everything is correct. We need a way to check whether the debit and credit sides of our accounting records are still equal after all that posting. And that's exactly where the trial balance comes in. In this video, we'll learn what the trial balance is, why it's prepared, what it looks like, and what it can and cannot tell us. Now that we know why this step exists, let's start with the basics. What exactly is a trial balance? A trial balance is a list of ledger account balances arranged into debit and credit columns to verify that total debits equal total credits. So basically, it's a list of all balances taken from the ledger. Instead of looking at accounts one by one, we gathered them into a single report. Each balance is placed in either the debit or credit column, and once all balances are listed, we total both sides. The main goal is simple. Total debits should equal total credits. If they match, the books are balanced mathematically. If they don't, there's likely an error somewhere in the recording or posting process. Think of the trial balance as a checkpoint that helps us verify our work before moving to the next step. Now that we know what a trial balance is, let's see where these balances come from. The trial balance doesn't create any new information. Instead, it uses the ending balances that already exist in the ledger accounts. Remember, after posting transactions to the ledger, each account will have an ending balance. Based on the examples from the previous videos, cash should have an ending balance of 10,000 and accounts payable for 500. These balances are then transferred to the trial balance and organized into debit and credit columns. So, if someone asks you where the numbers in the trial balance come from, the answer is simple. They come from the ending balances of the ledger accounts. Let's assume we've posted all the transactions from the examples in our previous videos to the ledger accounts. After determining the ending balances of those accounts, we can prepare a trial balance like this. As you can see here, cash has an ending debit balance of 10,000, and accounts payable has a credit balance of 500. These amounts came from the ledger accounts I showed earlier, and all the other account balances would of course come from the ending balances of each account too. Now let's determine the parts of the trial balance. First, we have the business name, which in this example is Alex Consulting. Below that is the title, Unadjusted Trial Balance. It's called unadjusted because adjusting entries have not yet been made. We'll talk more about those in the next few videos. And then the date, December 31, 20x1. Notice that we simply write the date. That's enough to indicate when this account balances apply. Now let's look at the table. The first column contains the account titles, and the second column contains debit balances, and the last one contains credit balances. Finally, we total both columns. In this example, total debits equal 12,500 and total credits also equal 12,500. Since both sides are equal, the trial balance is balanced. But remember, balance doesn't always mean error-free. So what does a trial balance do? The main purpose of the trial balance is to verify that total debits equal total credits. It also summarizes all ledger balances in one place, making it easier to proceed to the next steps in the accounting cycle. Now, if the debit and credit totals are equal, that's a good sign. However, it doesn't automatically guarantee that everything has been recorded perfectly. We'll discuss common accounting errors later in the series. For now, just remember this. A balanced trial balance is necessary, but it doesn't guarantee that every account is correct. Now that we understand the purpose of the trial balance, let's summarize the key ideas. A trial balance is a list of all ledger account balances arranged into debit and credit columns. Its main purpose is to verify that total debits equal total credits after posting to the ledger. It serves as an important checkpoint in the accounting cycle and helps identify some errors. A balanced trial balance does not guarantee that everything is correct. There may still be transactions that need to be updated or adjusted, and that's why the accounting cycle does not stop here. In the next video, we'll answer an important question. If the trial balance is already balanced, why do we still need adjusting entries?